Guten Tag again, everyone. Today we have MiniGT 508. It's the Mercedes EQS 584 Matic in silver metallic color. It's actually approved by Mercedes themselves. I like the small packaging MiniGT has. Alright, so I'm reading a car and driver list of specs here. This thing has two motors, one in front and one in the mid. I don't know where that mid would be. Combined power is over 500 horsepower and over 600 pound-feet of torque, so quite a bit of power. I mean, this is an all-electric S-Class, basically. And thing would do 0 to 60 in the 3 to 5 second range, depending if one or two motors are being used. So it's definitely supercar fast, or capable of being such. Alrighty, let's look at these photos here. I've seen a few of these rolling around on the roads, and they're nice looking cars. Although now that I look at these images, if I do this, Honda Civic, right? I don't know. It's so hard now for like cars to look different, especially things that have to be aerodynamic, right? It's like a longer, swoopy Prius or a Tesla, right? Car styling is becoming challenging. Just everything's been done before. Everything's been drawn before. Still, must be really nice on the inside, being over $100,000 Mercedes. Alright, so let's look into this here. So it's a nice silver metallic. It doesn't look like a hot rod with the flakes that is in the paint. The wheels here, they look pretty close to those images on the front, the first image at least. And yeah, you can see the side knobbies, but they're not so bad. It doesn't look like a truck tire. Unfortunately, you can also see there's like some weird denting going on in this tire. Maybe if I flip it around, it'll be better. Hold on. So that's one advantage of having tires with nothing printed on the sidewalls. There we go. As good as new now. There's like a weird ring inside of this rim. I do see that on the actual front photograph. It's just black there. I'm not sure what the significance of that is. Alright, well, in the middle here we do have a Mercedes star. Let me get in on that. Yeah, really well printed. You can see the 5 lug nut details. Are those physically molded? I think it's just smooth. It's literally printed on. That's interesting. An interesting way to go about it. As long as it looks good, it does. The door panel cuts are pretty tight, this being a toothpick in my fingers. The door handle here is sticking out. It looks like the shape of the side photo. Like the rubbery mirrors that MiniGT has, so if you drop it, it's a good chance it'll survive. My fingerprints are already messing it up. This black pillar here and this little window split are painted on the outside surface. It is raised as well. This one, yeah, it's raised. That's just some paint there. I guess the charging door. I want to say fuel filler, but not the case. And then we have like a chrome. It's a different color. This little accent here down here. It's not this silver. It's like a much smoother chrome color. Alright, oh, there's some printing here on the side. It says EQS, that looks good. So the headlights, yeah, clear plastic, and behind them you have the buckets there, some silver paint in there, looks pretty nice. This clear plastic is, I guess, covering the whole front end, and then behind it you have that dot matrix pattern, or the circular dot pattern, that I guess would be on the real car. Maybe not the photograph I showed, but I'm pretty sure some of them have this thing in there. I don't know if those light up on the real car. I don't know. And then on the outside surface we have this nice foil sticker emblem. Looks pretty nice. Okay, some sort of vent details with some silver and black. I'm assuming those aren't real vents on the real car because it's an electric vehicle. It's just styling. There's a little nice texture in here. It's all glossy black. Okay, and then we have the nice little Mercedes star on the hood. I'm not sure why Mercedes bothers doing this. First of all, look at why is this way off? Like, why is that not there? So that's really off. It's almost missing the completely. So that's not good for QC. I do think. Sorry, I was just looking at my own eyes. I think it's tampo printed though. So, well, I guess that's good. But yeah, that's really distracting. I kind of wish Mercedes didn't have the little star, right? Just there. Just have the big one. But they seem to do it for traditional reasons, I guess. So the wiper blades are raised, painted black, and then the black out here is painted on the outside surface. It's a matte color. And then we have more up on the roof. Okay. And the back window as well. This side of the car has no charge port. And tires look okay. That's okay. Little vent detail here. Part of the casting. Maybe they could have made that deeper. The rear lights look good though. Clear red plastic there, and you can see some molded details behind them. So that's very very nice. And then the badging on the back looks good too. Boy, this camera is really having a hard time focusing on this thing. I think it's because these things are so shiny. But anyways, it is quite legible. EQS 580, 4MATIC. And then it's nice to see something on the license plate area. There's some red printing here for the reflectors. Yeah, I like this plastic. It goes all the way across. And there's a little bit of a wing things molded into casting. And then we have the bottom, and as usual, they don't tell you what it is. It's really strange. I mean, sure, it's back there, but I just want to be able to pick up a model, look at the bottom of it, and know what it is. But MiniGT, I don't know why they do this. Why is this? Is there any logical reason why they don't take this real estate and write the Mercedes EQS 580 4MATIC on the bottom of that? It's really strange to me. 2 screws holding it together. The treads look really nice. Yeah, okay. I guess we could take it apart, see the interior. Well, you know what? Here, let's just see if we can see it from the outside, because most people aren't going to take their models apart. Yeah, it's a black interior. I'm sure the molded details are nice. The steering wheel looks pretty good there. You can see the rear windows are tinted quite a bit. Yeah, alright. And then the moonroof, or whatever, the whole roof is tinted quite a bit too. I guess that's realistic to the real car. Alright. So metal base, yeah. Not really a fan of those. It's just a waste of material, I think. It just makes the model heavier. It costs more to ship around. Unless you're stripping your models down to repaint them, why do you need a metal base? It's just unnecessary to me. Why don't you just make the whole interior out of metal then, right? Metal is an inferior material to make details out of. Well, anyways, we have this funky quilting on the seats. Yeah, so the dashboard, I believe that whole thing's like an electronic screen, but it's just a smooth surface here. But anyways, that's the interior. Good in from the bottom there. And construction of the windows here. There's a pin. I think that's just a locator. What I think is the side windows are popping out into the casting, and so that's what's keeping it all up in there. It's very efficient construction. So the front end is a separate plastic piece. You can see the pins coming through. The rear is just glued on, but there's no pins holding that rear red piece of plastic on. Interesting. Alright. So a few Benzes to show, of course. Here's a racing Benz from Tarmac Works, and what is it? It's a C63 AMG Black Series. So that's a smart thing Tarmac Works does. It tells you what the car is. Here's a Power 64 of a AMG GT63. Again, smart. Well, look at this. I've noticed here. I think there's some paint rash developing right there on the roof of this thing. This wasn't reviewed that long ago. So this is another reason why diecast metal is a horrible material. I mean, if this thing is 2 years old and it's got paint rash, this is garbage already, right? If these things are all made of plastic, you could have this model for the next until you die, and it'll still look nice, right? If you look at hobby train stuff, those things are decades old, if not 100 years old, and they still look okay. This is a Majorette. I was gonna say Schuko. It's the Gran Turismo Vision car, 1/63 scale. I 3D printed my own wheels, and there's some crazy glue vapor there. But it's such a funky looking car. I like it. And Majorettes are pretty cheap. Alright, so painted interior, I believe. No, maybe not. No, that's press fit together. This one's painted though. So that's the nice thing about a screwed base. Alright. Although I do have some S-classes, they're in those crystal boxes, which is, I generally am too lazy to open those things, which is another thing I complain about in my videos. All the brands that force you, like Power 64, to put them in those big clear boxes, I don't really showcase your models too often, unless I throw that box out, which is not good. So, it's an okay MiniGT. It would have been perfect if the badge, was centered. Other than that badge, though, no major quality problems. The tire might have to get flipped around. There's a little bit of die-cast blemish right there, but, these aren't super expensive models, these MiniGTs. And it does look like the photographs, even if it does look Asian, as far as the styling goes. What do you guys think? I mean, does this look like a $100,000, $140,000 car? To me, it looks like either a Honda or a Hyundai. If you take that star away from the front end, it looks like an Asian car to me. Which isn't necessarily bad. It's just that, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I guess it's not so critical anyways. Alright, well, I guess I'll see you guys in the next MiniGT video whenever they come out with a new casting that I enjoy. Alright, take care. Bye.